Hello, I'm Michael Carter. I'm going to do a quick reaction video to a lady that went through heavy trauma. Her dad was in Freemasonry, high level Freemasonry. She goes through this whole thing. I'm going to link the video in the description. I just want to let you know there's so many demons involved with Freemasonry, and they hit the bloodline. They hit the kids. As somebody that does children's deliverance, we see this constantly. The Masonry demons hit the kids, and this woman was tormented and tormented. And then the real reason I wanted to make this reaction video was to warn you also about the split personalities. They call them like alters and stuff like that. And I've done warning videos, several warning videos on alters, the alter personalities, how these people think they're part of them. They think that God created these things and made them part of their own body to take the torment or take this. These are all demons masking themselves as part of your personality. So you never deal with them. You never cast them out. You just try to integrate them into your body and deal with them. That's exactly what the demons do. They want to stay hidden. If you have a false belief system that these things you're going to hear all the characteristics of a demon from her, from these different personalities. You're going to hear it right out of her mouth, but she believes they're split personalities because that's what they tell you when you go to therapy sessions. So just listen to this stuff, but really let it sink into your mind that these are demons and they need to be cast out, not integrated back into your body.
Describe it. And I've even had people that have told me that like I wasn't I wasn't behaving like myself. And I remember trying to get the person's attention almost to try to say to them, help, help me, like don't do what you're about to do. This is not me right now. And what I remember, it was like the only part of my body I really had control over was my left hand. So say this is me and I'm being all sexual and I'm trying to seduce the guy because I want to sleep with him and I'm trying to make him sleep with me. But then this part of my hand would be going like this, like tapping and moving and like literally trying to get the person's attention, but the rest of me was just doing all.
Also, that's a dead giveaway too. God is never going to have part of you be some kind of a sexual deviant trying to seduce men. Those are demons. Those are exactly what demons do. They said there's demons of seduction, seducing spirits. There's vanity spirits. There's lust spirits. There's spirits of fornication, adultery, all these different spirits, right? If they get you to believe that it's actually part of you, they get to stay. So just keep watching.
all this other stuff that's making it seem like this is what I want. And so I remember kind of feeling that way. Like I'm here and I'm watching. Like what is going on? And how come I'm here? How did this even happen? Which later on, when I started looking into like what is astral projection and what is dissociative disorder, because dissociative disorder and astral projection, one is spiritual, the other one's in textbooks, right? And so I realized that that was what they would describe it. Like you're having this, when you're in control and you actually practice and do it well, then it's astral projection because you can be there and you teeter and then whoop, you jump back because you can. But if you don't have control over that and you've never practiced that, then what happens is this entity was more powerful than you and pushed you out the way. And now you have no choice but to watch as they have control over you. And I didn't realize that the medications with drinking and doing drugs was making it to where I was easily intruded like that. And so that's kind of like the best way I could describe it. I'm here and I'm watching myself do it, but I'm not in no control. And even when I look back, when I probably experienced abuse for the first time, because I was molested by men and women growing up, when I experienced abuse for the first time, I remember like almost like out of fear doing that, like just leaving, this is this like I don't want to be in control right now because I don't feel like I have any control of what's about to happen. I'm about to be attacked basically. Like this person is about to, against my will, abuse me. And so, again, from studying and doing so much therapy, they say that that's normal. When you have gone through trauma and abuse, you do that. But in my case, something else was taking control. So that there's even been episodes or stories of just like people saying, um, you became violent. You didn't like, yeah, my intention was to be around you and I thought we were going to have sex, but that's not what happened. Like, you became violent. You tried to hurt me. You tried to kill me. You pushed me away. You had this supernatural strength. Your eyes shifted colors. You was all of a sudden
And then you
behaving
go
like a
into the
man.
doctor and they're going to
And
tell you this
so
is
imagine that, like thinking you're in control of yourself and then being
deceptive,
embarrassed the next
the
day when you go out
disorder,
because people
split
are telling you
personalities.
stories of stuff that you did that you don't even remember doing.
This is hard to conceptualize as somebody that hasn't lived that, but we can obviously see the trauma that comes from it in your voice and in the way you speak. You mentioned that there were different personalities. From what I know, there were three different ones, and eventually they all like got their own nicknames so that you would be able to refer to like who was in control. Can you explain what these three personalities were like, and what's the names that you gave them or other people gave them, so that people can have a little bit of an understanding of who are we talking about? What kinds of spirits are we talking about?
You know? And so the reason why they have names is because I started realizing it, but then other people started giving me these nicknames, which, I learned about this later on, like how powerful a name can be, and to not allow people to put nicknames on you because just how it says the word is powerful, you could curse somebody. So the three was Li, Roxy, Lorenzo. And, even that, the LI, that was given to me. If the person sees this, they're going to confirm it. And that name was given to me because they saw that murderous side of me. That personality, LI, it was again, I was very vicious. I say but it was not me, you know?
So there she's saying it right there. She was vicious. She had this nickname. This is very common. These things will take nicknames on. It'll be a nickname of just a different nickname. You know, it'll be like a longer version of your name, but it's this entity's now. Now everybody's calling you that, calling this, and then that thing will get called up, and then it'll start to take over. They'll say these names, and then all of a sudden that thing will be like, boop. Now it'll just take the person over, and then they think it's just part of their personality. These things have to, they're not going to be integrated back in like in these altar type deliverance methods, inner healing and stuff like that. You're not going to integrate this spirit that was trying to murder people after she was seducing them to have sexual intercourse with them and then murder them. No, that's not going to happen. So just showing you, she's seeing that these are entities, but she's still, in some ways, because she was told that they were split personality, she's believing that lie. So let's keep watching.
But again, you can't explain that to someone that till this day hates me because they're like, I don't care what you say. It was you. It was your face. It was you. But it wasn't me, But it was in this personality, very aggressive, very violent, murderous, just infatuated with guns, with knives, willing by any means necessary to get what I wanted to get, whether if it was by manipulation, by beating the person up, by hurting them, and I would try to be righteous about it. And I think that was like my true spirit still trying to shine through. But I would be like, well, the person was bullying this other person, so they're gonna deserve it. Like I would try to justify what I'm doing and still find a way to do it. But that was that personality. And then, Lorenzo, that was the one where I was like this manipulative lover boy. Um, I rejected being a woman. And so that's why I think this personality was was so strong in me because of so much abuse that I went through. I didn't like the fact that I was pretty. So at this time, on purpose, shaved my head. I started dressing like a boy, everything with the intention to change so much being feminine and to come across more just on the
The
masculine
virgin
side
spirit,
because I felt in control. I felt like the more masculine I was, the more
very
I
common
dressed
with
like a boy,
masonry.
the more that I could manipulate situations and manipulate people to doing what I wanted to do. And so this was the side of me that was selling drugs, was using women, was pimping out women, would basically use women for sex. And when people would try to call me a lesbian, I would say no, because I'm not going to be with her forever. I'm using her. Like she's just around for now. And I hurt a lot of women. There were women at this time that they were in love with me. They wanted to be in relationships with me, but I was just like, no, you're only around just to satisfy a need. And I would just have them do whatever I wanted. And I would say, I'll even give you this if you do that. And I literally was like using my charm and my way of being to just like manipulate and use women and have them however I wanted. That was that personality, Lorenzo. And the other one was Roxy, which that was the side where it was just the opposite. The opposite. Because if I just said that I rejected my beauty because of all the abuse I was going through, this was like the overly sexual, sensual, feminine side, where it was just like all of a sudden now I'm wearing skimpy clothes. I'm in bars. I'm doing drugs with people. I'm drinking a lot. I'm just any guy that the night that might have showed me attention. That's it. I'm going home with him. And my whole intention was to just like use my sex and my charm to just like manipulate him into doing whatever I wanted. Cause at the end of the day, I still felt really like numb and dead inside. And that personality was like that. Like it was again, it was very intrusive. It was to the point where I would be all of a sudden just fine. And then I would feel it. I would feel it. And then I would just get this urge to just put out certain things and then go out somewhere. And then I could just feel it. Like, and once I got that first drink or once I did the whatever drug it was, that's it. Woof, woof, I'm gone. I'm gone. It's fully activated. And then it's already set its sight on whoever it wanted for that night or to do whatever it.
So one thing that she said that was incredibly important right there, just to keep you in mind. I'm not going to go too much further into this. You getting the point that these were demons, 100% demons. But when she would do certain things, it would allow those demons more and more access into her until whoop, then it would take her over, fully over, right? It was through getting her to do the drinking, getting her to do the drugs, getting her to open these doors, and then these demons would take full control over her, right? So we'll just listen to a little bit more of this. This lady's story is very touching. I mean, you could tell she's still dealing with a lot of trauma here. She still needs a lot of deliverance, but it's tough.
Is that they wanted for that night. And it started to become more clear to me that these were entities because I was always with like this mischievous, almost agenda, where I could hear in my mind, like, see how stupid he is? He's just looking at your breasts. Watch, look, we're gonna get him. And we're gonna do this. And as soon as he let his guard down, then we're gonna do this. And that was like the evil thoughts that I was having in my head. So it wasn't just about the sex, like, oh, I just want to sleep with this person. It was targeted. It was like, nope, that one right there. Go get him. And then it was like, who is this that's saying go get him, and who's even identifying that out of all the guys in the bar, this is the guy I should approach? You see what I'm saying? Like it was a whole nother agenda, deeper than just about me just being sexual and wanting to be touched. This entity like that, and that's what it fed off of. Again, so based off of even the stuff I started researching to try to make sense of all of this, how people have brought up like sirens and like ones that the entities that use music or entities that use sex to lure the person in. And then once they lure you in, the goal is to just like get whatever they can get from that person. So that's why I was like, I was not in control and I was shifting between these three personalities. And whenever someone met these personalities, they would fall in love with that side of me. Then when I would be in control, they'd be like,
One thing I wanted to bring up real quick too is these people are targeted because the demons already know those people will be the best match for these different entities. they know that they can, they're not going to waste time on somebody that has to be seduced by this woman. They already know this person in this bar will go exactly, if she just says one thing to them, that's it. They'll go home, and that's so they already have these people marked out because they already have the open doors. So it, in these end times, we have to be diligent. We have to seek righteousness. We have to keep on that full armor of God. We have to know that these things are coming after us. It's strategic. They have plans, plots, and schemes for everybody to destroy them. They're like Terminators: kill, steal, and destroy. That's what they do. Praise God, we got deliverance. Praise God, we got the Lord Jesus Christ in our hearts. But we have to be diligent. We have to be sober-minded in these last days. So throw some comments in there. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these different personality disorders, whether or not you think they're actually demons or they're part of that person's body, or whatever. I'd love to hear about that. Throw some likes in there, and subscribe, and I'll make some more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.